It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design, some people say, is even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every scene. We're gonna fill our house with happiness, but we'll smother the blues with tenderness. There's room for you, room for me, for gentle hearts and opportunity. It's the bigger love of the family.
I might have used the wrong intro on that one.
Oops. Oops.
Hey there, guys. Welcome to Tales from the Podcast, the bi-weekly, terrifyingly fun podcast where we talk about Tales from the Crypt and our horrible, horrible past of being kicked off of Family Matters.
Yeah.
You know, we definitely...
You know what would have made Bordello of Blood better? Reginald Bell Johnson instead of Dennis Miller.
You know how much better this movie could have been with Reginald instead of Dennis Miller?
Dude, this one would still be like on like TNT at 10 o'clock at night.
Right.
And
Joel
stuff.
Silver wouldn't be giving up the rights really quick to fucking...
No, he'd be like, Reginald? Hell no.
No. We're holding on to this. Fuck everybody else.
No.
Right. So anyways, I guess we'll get right into it, man. So well, first, I guess you doing good, man? I see that you might have joined a gang lately.
I did. I joined the puke squad because I've been vomiting horribly all day.
So that's just to keep your hair out of your face?
Yes, and then I have this here because I had the urge to vomit, and we're going to be talking about Dennis Miller. So
fair enough.
That might make me also. I've been reading this, and this is not exactly for the faint of heart.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Well, I mean, no, he was basically just trying out for Project Runway. So when he was up there and they said, Eddie, who are you wearing? He could say, why, this is Martha from the hardware store.
Exactly. And, you know, he pulled off some different people better than what I think most people could have.
This is true. Although the casting of Kane Hodder in the Gein movie was a little off because Kane Hodder is much bigger than Ed Gein in every aspect.
Mm-hmm. Every aspect.
And I can't wait for David to show up in the chat room and tell me facts about Ed Gein because that will be funny. To tell the guy from Wisconsin who grew up around that and Jeffrey. I grew up 45 minutes away from Jeffrey Dahmer's his love palace, as it were.
You were invited there a few times.
I was invited. He said he was really hungry and he wanted me to stop over. I was like, you want me to pick up some tacos or something? And he was like, no, just you can just bring all the meat. I'm like, oh, there's bones in the chocolate.
Ooh. So anyways, let's go ahead and introduce our guest for this week.
I'm surprised hasn't left.
Oh, well, I don't think he would have. I would hope not. So our guest for this week is our good friend, Erik Anthony Russo.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing,
man?
I like the gang colors right there. I do
Hey,
love that.
no problem, my brother.
Well, first off,
so many bad comments about that.
Oh, maybe. Anyways, let's start off by saying thank you so much. Yeah, that is true. It's hard talking about things intelligently when you have a Cajun on screen.
Oh boy. Oh,
I do declare. Oh wait, that's
hey. I say.
I say. My feathers for such an occasion.
Oh man. So, dude, thank you again so much for coming on, dude. It's always a pleasure to be talking with you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. So, obviously, I've had you on the show before, but I do want to ask because I like to ask this question. It's always it always brings a fun discussion.
Please, yes.
What got you into Tales from the Crypt?
Oh God, I'm 45 years old now, and I remember it coming on. Was it early 90s? Was it early 90s? Like that
Late
show
80s.
started around there. Late 80s or so. Yeah, that's my first memories. And it used to come on like 11 o'clock at night. HBO. Like it used to come on late. I remember that.
Oh yeah.
I'm going by fuzzy memory. Yeah, there was always a promise of maybe seeing some boobs. That's probably the thing I was always hoping
That's
for.
why everybody watched HBO.
Not every episode had it. But I was always hoping a flash of a nipple, a little bit of leg, and that's why really what was. I mean, the horror was wonderful, of course, but the promise of maybe seeing a nipple that's what sold me.
Fair enough.
That's why I watch all your movies. Wait till I see one of your nipples.
Yes.
I don't know. I still think
I like my nipples.
some of your scenes in Arachnado are still
nipples.
some of my favorite ones to sit there and think about.
Oh, I'm glad I bring that out on you. I'm happy that I bring that the warmth inside you. It's
right.
Amazing.
So before we go ahead and get started with everything, man, have you been working on anything new? Do you have anything new going on with Erik?
God.
Any new projects? Which I'm sure there are probably many.
There's a few. I can't talk about a few technically, but they are with a couple known horror directors out here. I do have a pilot I'm working on right now. It's going to be a sitcom series. We're going through the final draft of the script.
It is pilot season.
It is not. It's based on my my overnight job. I work overnight at a hotel, and it's basically all about the hijinks and shenanigans I deal with at a hotel overnight. That's about all I can say about that. That's kind of like the plot line. I'm on set this weekend for a short film I'm producing. I'm kind of behind the camera on that, but I'm kind of helping out. What else? I booked for some Russian movie being filmed out here. I got like 10 days on that. Supporting role, Russian mafia guy. I was trying. Here's what I want. I want to be a sitcom dad one day. That's all I want. When I saw the Family Matters opening, I'm like, why can't that be me? Not necessarily black. I'm not necessarily I want to be black. It's not. I want to be that guy.
Everyone wants to be
Reginald Val Johnson.
Yeah.
Why can't I be Reginald Val Johnson just for once? I'm always playing like a mob guy, a cop, somebody getting murdered, being the murderer.
To be fair, that is like the ideal sitcom dad to be.
I would love it.
Like it beats trying to growing up being like, man, I really want to be like Ray Romano.
I was happy with John Goodman.
John Goodman was great. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, right. The original.
He's still good. I still watch The Conners, and I watch it for him.
Yeah,
I don't watch it because
of
any kind of moral. I don't give a shit about any of those other people. But John, and he's still losing weight, which is scary.
He looks so different, huh? Like he
looks
weird. He looks weird, skinny, right?
Now, before we get into the movie, I got to ask you something. Industry folk to industry folk, is the strike going to happen, and has it already been impacting what you're working on?
I'm doing a lot of I'm working on non-union stuff right now, but it could impact, a couple projects I'm be working on within the next few weeks. Yes.
Have they decided it's going to happen?
They're still on the fence. I think they just did some motion the other day where they kind of gave the okay. I forgot what it was.
The vote was like 98% to strike.
Yeah, I don't know if
I'm all for it. I mean, I'm a director for Christ's sake, but that's all the producers being knobs. That's right. I said it. This is what you get, Hollywood. For not giving me a shot. I got all my brothers and sisters in the union to fuck you up, bitch.
See what happens when you wear the bandana for what episode?
It's coming out. There it is.
I'm suddenly in the Sons of
Anarchy.
Anarchy.
What up, Chocho?
We got Gangster Ron now. We might as well change his name.
Yep. Uncle Ron to SOA member 4.
I love it.
Yeah, Sons of Anarchy member number 4.
Oh man. I also heard you and I guess I really didn't hear. I heard part of it.
What's the word in the street?
For real. No. What I was gonna say is you're also doing audiobooks.
Yes, I just flew back from Rhode Island, my own home state, and what it was is it's my good friend of mine. It's his first novel being published, so he's very excited about it. So it's called The Dog Bowl. It's coming out, I believe, end of October, early November in print. I'll be available on Amazon, but he wants to have an audiobook version. And initially, I had offered a couple of voice actors I know of to help him out with it out here. The book is based in New England, and he talked to me privately. Eric, honestly, I want somebody authentic. I would love to have you, just because I have this accent, for better or worse. I would love for you to read this book and it just be more authentic. I go, oh, you know what? All right, man. So
I don't hear
hear the accent. Hear that accent now? I'm not from Louisiana at all, but I do.
No, I don't. No, I don't hear an accent. But then again, I've been watching a lot of Sopranos this week, so
yeah,
it's almost like hearing somebody saying "gabagool" to me is almost
gabagool.
like
Hey, my name is così. But yeah, that's my Rhode Island accent, I guess. That's what I get told, and it always gets accused of being New York, and I guess it kind of leans more towards New York. So I get that a lot.
An upper and eastern seaboard.
So, as soon as somebody asks me where you're from, I say Rhode Island. Yeah, Long Island. No, it's Rhode Island. I have to explain it's a state. I have to go through a whole geography
It's a little
lesson.
tiny state. It's
Right.
about
But people still, near Brooklyn. No, it's like 3 hours away. It's a state. It's this whole other government. It's this whole other, boundaries and cities. It's a whole different
Me,
flag.
myself, and Irene.
Yeah, exactly.
Geography is really, really hard for people though these days.
It's totally is. And so I flew out there for the weekend. We did a couple days recording it. And he's excited. Well, he's going through the editing process now. But yeah, I got to just a quick little turnaround home. I got to visit, home a little bit. So I was very happy. I plan on going back there in January as well, do some more work out there. Because I'll be penning the screenplay for this movie. That's the ultimate goal, to have this in a film or a series. You haven't decided yet. It's actually a paranormal kind of story. It's some ghosts in this. I can't get too much into it, but it's a lot of ghosts in it. It's a lot of spiritual things.
Read the book, people.
Yeah, it's a great book, and I was really surprised. He's a comedian at heart. He does comedy. That's his thing. But he made this book. It has some comedic elements, but also some drama and some theological elements as well. It's like a haunted story. I was really impressed with it. Yeah, totally.
That's really cool, man. I'm very excited for you. I can't wait to check that out myself.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I try to check out as much of your work as I possibly can.
I'm a maniac.
I will say from a mutual director friend that we both know. I have been seeing his movies popping up in my local stores now. So I am, obviously it gives me a little bit more opportunity to check you guys out.
Yeah, I'm really happy for him. He's done a great job, and he's really progressed to that point. So yeah, I mean, I'm really happy to work with everybody. And then,
right. Yeah. Dude. Yeah. Dustin's fucking killing it. It's kind of hard to really argue against that at all. Dude, he's a working director that gets to actually make a living doing it, which is.
And just don't mention Red Letter Media around him, apparently.
Wow.
I don't know how he personally feels about that, but looking at anybody in show business, you know what I mean?
That segment was hilarious.
As well as anybody, like any kind of publicity that's going to bring you more attention is going to end up being good publicity in some way.
True, but when Red Letter Media goes after you for something, it's a little different because they have made films. They know what they're talking about. So when they pick your shit apart, it's not coming from a place of love. It's coming from a place of they're annoyed at what they saw.
Gotcha.
Well, anyways,
but go ahead. You should,
go ahead.
No, I guess I love his niche. I love his project. He knows his audience. He knows what people eat up, and that's why I like working with him. I really do. I truly enjoy spending time with him. He's got funny stories in there, and the cast he picks, we all get along. It's just a really fun time on set all the time. So whatever comes out, it really is truly made with love. It really is. That's
you can see that. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, we are going to be talking about a different movie. We are going to be talking about a movie from 1996, Bordello of Blood, which going back to what got your start with Tales from the Crypt, 1996. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm a little bit younger. Mm-hmm. I was 8 at the time this came out.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So the whole reason you got into Tales from the Crypt was the reason I've seen Bordello of Blood about 200 times.
When in 96 did it come out?
When in 96? Let me see.
Where are you going with this? I think I know where you're going with this. Go ahead.
What?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, gonna go somewhere else with it? Okay.
I'm going. Yeah, no, because
August 16th.
I got the Wikipedia here.
I was 17 when this came out. I was trying to figure out how old I was. I was 17 when this came out.
Wow, and I
was getting ready. I was starting my senior year of high school.
I just turned 18. I was like, when did you turn 45, Ron?
I turned 46 43 in May, so
So
I'm only a little bit behind.
I'm the oldest one. I'll be 45. I'm 44 now. I'll be 45 in December.
I just
76.
turned 8 when this came out. But either way, I still
could have
loved
gotten
it.
into the theater to see this without getting carded. Well, I'll just say that. Even though I have a baby face, I would have put on my gang colors and they would have let me in because I would have said, "Hey,
because nobody wants to fuck with you.
Let me in to see my man Corey Feldman in the vampire movie."
And they would have just been like, for show.
We're just going to let you in because apparently you have a mental handicap.
So, anyways, this movie is directed by the great Gilbert Adler, which, big time producer for Tales from the Crypt. He's had his hands involved in many, many projects. Some of Ron's favorite movies, I'm sure. He's done a lot of stuff with Superman, Constantine, House on Haunted Hill.
Mm-hmm.
The dude's all over the fucking place. He produced Ghost Ship, which had, I don't care what anybody says, has one of the most violent intros I've ever seen in my fucking life. I love it just because of that alone.
I agree with you totally.
I still love the beginning, like the one part. And I know it's not the same movie, but my favorite, like I think theatrically speaking, one of my favorite moments in cinema is in Event Horizon when they play back everything that happened, and Lawrence Fishburne just says, "All right, we're leaving." And I was like, "Yes." Just get the fuck out.
Event Horizon's a great movie.
That movie is fucked beyond repair.
And there's another version that people don't talk about. Like supposedly they filmed a lot of it that they had to get cut down.
I think the director's cut came out from like Screen Factory or something. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Gilbert Adler did one of your favorite comic book adaptations too.
Which one?
Dylan Dog.
I've never seen Dylan Dog.
Oh, okay, never mind.
No.
He hasn't directed too much though. He directed some TV stuff. Freddy's Nightmares, obviously Tales from the Crypt.
Freddy's Nightmares was so good.
I remember that show when it came on. Yeah, that was a kind of cool show. Yeah.
First episode was a two-parter directed by the maestro Toby Hooper.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a big deal when it came out. Yeah, I remember that.
This movie, I guess getting into it, the story was done by Bob Gale and Robert Zemeckis.
Couple of nobodies.
Yeah, I don't know if I should really like get into these people. It's not like I've talked about them on multiple episodes,
right?
Well, let's be honest. They're
what's funny is
fucking staples when it comes to Tales from the Crypt.
There was so much potential against it, but there's so much like big names involved with that. I mean, Robert Zemeckis. I mean, there's some names involved with this, and look at what came out. It's that.
I mean, Bob Gale and Bob Zemeckis are like the minds behind the goddamn Back to the Future trilogy, for crying out loud. And here they are, slumming it with Tales from the Crypt.
Well, let's be honest. Robert Zemeckis is one of the big producers behind Tales from the Crypt.
Mm-hmm.
He had a lot to do with Tales from the Crypt being made into a TV show, and almost every one of the actors that that they ended up bringing on, he ended up putting in other movies too. Like it really opened up a lot of doors for a lot of people having somebody like Robert Zemeckis behind the scenes for things like this. Let's go ahead and see here. We got Ron's favorite actor, Dennis Miller, in this.
Dennis Miller. Fuck, I hate him.
Why do you hate it, Dennis? We get into this. Why we hate Dennis Miller so much?
I can get into it now if you want.
Let's do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's go. Fact that the behind the scenes stuff.
I was going to say smarmy. I was going to say smarmy.
You don't have to cut this one like I had you cut the last thing when I was talking shit about that one guy. Dennis Miller is a smarmy, cocky asshole. Nobody who's worked with him has said that they enjoyed their time working with him. All right, he's a piece of shit on set. All right, he's a piece of shit in life. And he's a little cock, I'm Dennis Miller. Shut the fuck up. Your HBO show wasn't funny. You're not funny. You were the worst part of Weekend Update.
He's the Weekend Update. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, his comedy is really like smarmy. That's the best way to describe it. That's the perfect word I was thinking of too.
And I mean, he reminds me of the story, and it's not him, but another SNL alumni who is a huge fucking cocksman, and that's Chevy Chase.
Yeah, I've heard the stories about him.
Biggest asshole. Okay, the John Carpenter movie Memoirs of an Invisible Man.
Oh, I remember that movie, 1990 or so, around there.
Yeah, it was when Carpenter wasn't making the best movies.
Yeah.
It was Chevy Chase and what the fuck is her name? Daryl Hannah.
Daryl Hannah was in it,
both
I
of
think.
them were apparently ridiculous. Like they were just giving Carpenter shit the whole time. And
Wow.
but yet he meets Sam Neill on that set, and look what happens in The Mouth of Madness.
Mhm.
You know, him and Sam Neill work together.
Sam
they
Neill's
got along.
amazing.
Oh, Sam Neill.
Neill, yeah.
Sam Neill
He's incredible.
has more talent in his fucking pinky finger than Dennis Miller, Chevy Chase, or Daryl Hannah, fucking the fish lady from goddamn Splash.
Splash.
In their entire fucking collective bodies. I mean, Christ Almighty.
I was just gonna get into the simple fact that, like, even with like the behind the scenes stuff and everything, like on the collector edition and stuff, like, I mean, you want to talk about somebody who was hated during a fucking movie?
Yeah, I was
Dennis
reading
Miller.
today. Yeah,
Dude, he was a dick to everybody in that movie. He was.
He wouldn't show
ass.
up.
Oh yeah, I mean, just doing whatever the fuck he wanted to.
It was all improv. That's what I guess the editing was. I was reading that editing was terrible because everything was improv. You just kind of tossed the script out and did what the fuck you wanted. Am I right?
I'm sure Chris Sarandon just beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah, I'm sure it was probably thought about. Like it's not like, oh yeah, we just don't like him. Like, no, like everybody on the entire, like, fucking when Corey Feldman talks shit about you,
Corey Feldman's talking shit about you.
You know what I mean? Like you must be a real piece of human garbage to have somebody like that who legitimately has bad things to say about you, and they're true. So you know what I mean?
And I think his delivery, like I get he's doing improv, and I totally, I get that, but like his delivery is just really, it's just like he's reaching. And some of the jokes, there was a couple good like one-liners in there. I don't know if that was actual script or him just being improv. I can't tell, but like
I think a lot of it was his legitimate just perviness.
Yeah, and some of it just really
he does come across as somebody who lives in Louisiana.
He kind of does. He kind of does. Anyways, to catch up on some of these comments real quick, David, I read that this movie was originally supposed to be part of a theatrical trilogy. Not theatrical, but it is. They were trying to involve that key into every movie. We are going to be getting into
the key,
the last one eventually after probably the next season, which is going to be Tales from the Crypt Ritual. But they were trying to incorporate that key into all three movies. Unfortunately, I kind of think that fell flat, just even going from Demon Knight to Bordello of Blood. Let's see here. We got our buddy Joe. I was about to turn 21 watching it in VHS the day it came out in Blockbuster. I fucking love that movie, and I don't... I didn't realize you were that much older, Joe. Honestly, that's I remember getting it. And the first time I ever saw it was on VHS as well, and I believe I got that also.
I saw it on VHS. I think, it was VHS. I saw that.
Right. We got Aaron watching.
That's my son. He loves me. I'm his daddy. It's a whole different.
It's a whole dynamic.
We have a dynamic. It's a Louisiana dynamic thing. It's like I'm his daddy.
Are you sure you just don't put on leather and punish him?
Some chaps.
I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that. You do what you got to do.
Joe, I always liked Miller, especially on SNL. Never heard these stories about him. Check out the collector's edition Blu-ray of Bordello of Blood. See what the cast of Bordello of Blood had to say about Miller. He's just, I mean, you got some pretty big people who completely can't stand him just because of the way he treated people.
And I guess the thing is, on a set,
he's just an asshole.
You either keep to yourself or you got to be nice. There's one or the other. You can't, and there's no middle ground. You can't be a fucking dick. You just can't. Right. You know, I mean, look what happened with Chevy Chase and Dan Harmon on Community. I don't blame Dan Harmon. And to be completely fair, just to show you how crazy people from Wisconsin are, Dan Harmon's from Milwaukee. So no wonder he went on his podcast and played the voicemails from Chevy Chase for everyone to hear.
Yeah. Let's see. Dennis Miller's career went pretty bad after this movie. Let's be honest, because after this movie, let's see, he did Bad Boys. Well, we'll see. We got one movie where it's a TV special documentary about himself. Everything that no, I'm not even joking. Everything past like 96. Let's see, we got the Bad Boys of Saturday Night Live, which is probably just a thing he was featured in, let's be honest.
Some compilation thing or something.
Right, yep, another Saturday Night Live compilation. Dennis Miller, the Millennium Spotlight, a TV special he did for himself, Saturday Night Live documentary. Yeah, Then his TV show, Dennis Miller Live, He was the series person behind it. Dennis Miller, the Rafi, everything that he did after this movie was all him doing stuff about himself. That's how horrible his career was after that. You fuck up and you're a dick with Robert Zemeckis, Gilbert Adler, and those guys on scene. You're not going to get a fucking decent job again.
Yeah, it's like why sue people? Crispin Glover. Oh wait, we're talking about Dennis Miller.
Crispin Glover. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah,
right.
Too. Yeah,
he had a very valid point though, and that changed everything for actors.
Speaking of Back to the Future, I really miss Family Ties. The most unforgettable sitcom.
Hey, Tom Hanks
wasn't horrible.
Tom Hanks
it's before
was
my time, but I remember it.
And he played the dad's the mother's younger brother who was an alcoholic.
Right.
Tom Hanks.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yep.
See, we got Joe here. Yeah, but Feldman played a cross-dressing vampire years later and made an ass out of himself.
Well, we're not saying That's why him talking shit about Miller is
that's
that much,
the least of Feldman's problems. That's
yeah. I saw him perform with his Angels on the Today Show. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, he puts on leather. Let's see here.
Eco-friendly daddy.
This movie is sort of a role reversal for the characters that Chris Sarandon and Corey Feldman played in Fright Night and The Lost Boys.
I don't care whatever you said. I love Fright Night. That movie is.
Fright Night's a good movie. I didn't like the remake. The remake kind of sucked. I didn't like that one, but I liked the
one with Colin
Farrell. Yeah,
the only reason I watched it is because David Tennant was in it, and I'm a Doctor Who fan.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
I watched all of those Fright Night, the remakes too. I didn't.
They were terrible, but
it
wasn't like really. It wasn't necessary. It's one of those like unnecessary remakes.
Right. Let's see. Talking about one of the worst actors, let's go from that and go all the way around on this to one of the greatest people in this. Even though he's only in this movie for like 2 seconds,
Reginald Bell Johnson,
William Sadler.
Sadler.
William Sadler. I love.
Oh my god, man. You know what I mean?
He's like the nicest fucking guy on the planet.
Right? Why would he do a movie with such a dick like Dennis Miller?
He's such an underrated villain in Die Hard 2. Like a lot of people don't like Die Hard 2 because it's too much like that. But I think he was a good villain. But I think just Alan Rickman always gets the props, and Jeremy Irons.
I always like him as Death.
Was really, really good in
Death.
Bill and Ted.
VFW. He was really good in that.
Right.
You haven't seen that.
I haven't seen that one yet. I think I've heard, but I haven't seen it yet. No,
it's like Assault on Precinct 13.
I'm looking it up now.
But it's like with like Vietnam vets and
no shit.
Yeah, and it's just like it's so bloody and it's so good.
Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, in 2019 it came. Okay, it's recent. Yeah, okay, there's a bunch of people in that too. Oh yeah.
We also got Phil Fondacaro in this movie, guys.
Who?
Phil Fondacaro.
What's he in it? Why
Star Wars, Willow, Garbage Pail Kids, the movie. Was
a great one.
Are we talking about the midget?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the guy who played Mickey in Seinfeld, right? He was in Seinfeld. He was in like one of the last seasons of Seinfeld.
He's in so many really. He was in Phantasm 2. One of my all-time favorite. Like
don't mention that movie around Joe Bob. He'll get all pissy.
I don't really care.
I do.
This right here is one of those movies. Like he was even in the Mary-Kate and Ashley Halloween type movie they did in the early 90s, Double Double Toil and Trouble. If anybody remembers
Their
that
life
one,
became a Halloween movie.
Yeah, that's sad, but very, very, very true.
I mean, what happens when your younger sister is more attractive and a better actress?
Yeah, he's been in everything. He was in one of your favorite TV shows. He did an episode of Walker, Texas Ranger.
Oh, I do love Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yeah,
that was a big deal back then.
He's actually still alive and still going, man.
I'll have to send you a video, Eric, of Walker, Texas Ranger, the musical.
Oh, please! I'd love to see this. No, really, I'm getting fascinating me now, and I'd like to check this out.
And
yeah,
he
was in the first
but
Demon Knight.
Yes, He was in Demon Knight, but the first movie for Tales from the Crypt came out in the 70s. That's an Amicus film.
Okay, but most people are gonna think the first Tales from the Crypt movie is Demon Knight.
I understand that, but
Right.
I'm here to let people know that there is a 1971 Tales from the Crypt, 1972 Vault
The
of
original.
Horror Amicus films that came out that are amazing. And if you get the chance to, you can usually pick up the Blu-ray for under $20. And I mean, they're fucking great films. I want people to go see them, and especially somebody like Joe. He's into horror. He'll like something like that. It's different. It's not what you're gonna expect, especially growing up on something like this version of Tales from the Crypt. But it's worth a watch. I think you can watch them for free on Tubi probably.
I'll probably
But
find that.
they're fucking great. They're for real. Yes, Joe. Saw the original on HBO before John Kassir, who's amazing. He's been on the show as well. He's a great guy. Very, very nice person. Let's see here. Talking about Phil. Yes, he was on.
Teenage Witch is rolling the troll.
Yes,
Did you hear that they're crossing over the new Sabrina with Riverdale?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that show Riverdale, which is about
There's a new
Archie and all them.
Sabrina.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's a new Sabrina came out. Is it Netflix have it?
Yeah.
Netflix has it. Yeah.
Really?
It's like she in one season she actually goes to hell.
Really?
So, yeah.
I don't know. I've only
Not like
watched
Melissa
the
Joan
old
Hart's
ones.
career.
Well, you'll have that, I guess. So, anyways, oh wow, we haven't even talked about the movie yet. So we're gonna talk about,
We haven't even talked about Erica Eleniak, who is
Yeah.
the boner killer in this movie.
Yeah, she is. We also got Angie Everhart, who's the opposite in this movie. Sorry. Chris Sarandon, Corey Feldman, Aubrey Morris. I mean, we got a hell of a cast for this film.
Again, so much potential.
It really did. In
It was all brought down by Dennis Miller.
yeah. Well, that and there were a lot of production issues. When I had
Reginald
Todd
Johnson.
Yeah, that's true. But when we had Todd Masters on a while back, he went through and was, he told us like, Demon Knight was pretty much like them doing fan service, and they put in countless hours for free for that movie
Because everybody was having fun and they wanted to be there.
Dennis Miller, kind of fucked this one all up, and nobody really wanted to be there, so they got less attention on a lot of things for this one. But anyways, a quick rundown of this movie. And I'm going to try my best to make this as quick as possible because I know we got limited time tonight. But we got pretty much I'm trying to think what Vincent goes and finds the body of a vampire, brings her back to life, and they opened up a bordello inside of a funeral home.
As you do.
Well, to be fair, like of all the bordellos I've been to, almost 95% have been in funeral homes. The women didn't move around that much, but I was still okay with it.
That was a funeral home, and it wasn't a bordello.
That was just a funeral home.
That was just a funeral home. Were they really stiff?
Horrible joke.
Were they really stiff?
Well, that's my favorite kind. If
were you really stiff?
It's not worth it.
Yeah, but were you really stiff?
Were you really stiff? That's the key question here.
Well, wouldn't you be?
No, we're asking if you were, sir.
Of course.
All right, yeah. So just so you know, wait, were there a lot of graves? Were there a lot of headstones around the building?
No. It was just parked with a bunch of cars. Everybody was going there for this. It's normal. And yeah, David, I guess it was kind of similar to Raiders of the Lost Ark there.
Yeah, it reminded me of that.
Similar
Totally.
by not being like it at all, but yeah.
I think this is Joe's Baywatch Babe at a psycho church, and her brother gets screwed by a vampire.
All right, that's the show, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Right.
It's been real.
Anyways, they open up this bordello, and they're pretty much just bringing in people. And I don't know. I think this movie has been out long enough where it's okay to spoil part of it.
Yeah.
But surprise, guys, the church is behind this, which who would think that a church would do something wrong?
Exactly.
Never.
Midnight Mass.
Never.
Yeah,
I've heard good things about that show.
Oh,
A lot of people hyping that up. It's good.
Really, really good.
I'll have to check that out now.
It's highly recommended by
It's
both Ron and myself.
Very slow burn.
That's okay. I'm into
In the
that. No, I'll
beginning.
totally check it out.
Like syphilis, it's a very slow burn.
By the third and fourth episodes, like you're gonna be so hooked into it, you're not gonna quit after that.
Cool.
If you enjoyed The Haunting of Hill House and The Haunting of Bly Manor,
those are great shows. Yeah,
it's the same
totally.
guy. It's Mike Flanagan.
Okay.
Even if you don't enjoy those, you're gonna like this one. It's a really good show.
Yeah.
Like
I'll have to check it out.
I still have yet to do the Hill House, but I like
That's because you
Bly
thought
Manor.
it was The House on Haunted Hill.
The House on Haunted Hill. Remember that?
That's
You thought it was like, oh, that's another remake.
Well, I got sick of remakes of that movie.
And I was like, no.
Can you blame me?
Oh,
Why would
title's
you
not
do
even
it?
the same.
Well, close enough. But anyways, Corey Feldman ends up going in there and falls for the three nipple chick. Praise him as a three nipple chick normally does. I'm pretty sure we've all experienced it.
I did on Mars.
I think of Mallrats. Remember Mallrats? That scene in Mallrats?
Oh yeah.
He has the psychic.
Yeah.
Oh, lots of people turn up by the nipple. You know.
It's fake.
Yeah, that's great.
Right? Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think of her name in the movie here. Catherine. Catherine ends up trying to find her. Hires Dennis Miller's character of Gutman to find him. They end up figuring out where he is and trying to stop everything. And they end up figuring out that there are vampires there, and I guess they end up going on to like a whole mission to pretty much try to save her brother. It doesn't really work out very well for anybody.
It never does.
No. To say the least, though, after figuring out the church is involved with everything, like everything kind of pretty much changes for her. They go and pretty much dispose of all of them. They kill Everhart with the laser
thing.
Because they got to split. Yep, they got to split her heart into 4 pieces once again.
Yeah.
And when she goes to leave, and everything is finally done and over with, we figure out that what's her name again? Catherine. She is a vampire now.
Got bit.
Mm-hmm. And it pretty much ends the movie right there. And I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we were all hoping she was really a vampire and going to kill Dennis Miller. I
was okay with it. Yeah.
We were all wrong because he still made more shows after that.
I got if we get into the movie, the actual movie itself, I felt very disjointed. I felt just like, is it parts missing? I felt like all of a sudden it's jumped from scene to scene, like very disjointed. And there wasn't a lot of like vampire. It just felt all of a sudden there were a lot of walking, a lot of moving, but not a lot of.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird things about this one. That's for sure.
It's the obviously edit, or the scenes missing, or they weren't shot. It just seems like
they wanted to get shit done with, so they didn't have to be around Dennis Miller.
It felt like that.
Well, there are weird scenes because, like, there's that scene where like it's like they're running on like almost like a rafter type thing, and you see her running it like multiple times there. I've pointed this out before a while back, but there's actually there's somebody standing there. Like they didn't even like try to edit it. It's like they just it was pretty bad. And yes, actually David is correct on this one right here. We're gonna try to put Chubby O'Toole into it. It didn't really work out and ended up being, in Gutman staying there.
Didn't I see you? No, I know you from somewhere.
Right.
Weren't you the makeup girl on Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, it was there is quite a few crazy things with this episode, that's for sure. But it was, I guess, movie. But I'm trying to read what
it was here. Just an extended
the scene
episode.
Where Caleb and Zeke will first drive Bordello. He says, one member Adam family opens the door. We're out of here. John Astin, who played the original role of Gomez, was in the episode top billing. Yep, you are correct there.
Adams is 2 Ds.
I see. Similar scene in Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Never saw Rocky Horror. Have no interest in it.
There is also an uncredited.
You don't have to. So you don't have to see it.
Okay,
good. All those things are pretty much true.
I saw Repo the Genetic Opera, so
I saw both. Both were
good.
good.
Good stuff in there. Well, watching this, I mean, I'm gonna have to compare it to, I mean, compare in the sense From Dusk Till Dawn, which came out the same year, which I'm going to see tonight. Actually, I'm going to see a midnight showing
I'm
up
so fucking lucky. You
Yeah,
lucky
no.
son of a bitch.
at Tarantino's theater over there. But the
Beverly?
point, like, I know that two different. Well, it's similar but different. I know,
can
but
almost
like,
guarantee you, if it's a midnight screening of From Dusk Till Dawn, he'll probably show up.
I'd be fucking amazing if. Oh, I'd be
No,
so.
you.
Happy.
Oh, you didn't hear the story? Do you remember about maybe 10 years ago they did the Jarvis trilogy from Friday the 13th, where they showed 4, 5, and 6 in a row. A guy I know was going to go out there. He had some vacation time. He was going to go out there just to see the trilogy at the New Beverly, right? He says, I've seen these movies before. I'm going to hang out with this guy. I haven't seen him forever. Doesn't go. Turns out Tarantino was there for all 3 movies, talking to everybody, just doing. I'm like, oh, and plus now that he owns it and it's a movie he wrote, I guarantee you that egomaniac is going to show up.
I would love to see. That'd be amazing.
Let's be real honest. He is a huge egomaniac.
Let's be even more honest. If you want to meet him, just show your feet a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to compare the two almost. I don't know if it's fair, but like I'm looking at the effects in this movie. They'll hold up well. I mean, some of the effects.
Well, you're also comparing when you look at Bordello of Blood. It's like, who did the effects on this? It wasn't Todd Masters, was it?
I don't think it was. I mean, I know the effects in From Dusk Till Dawn was what's his name?
K&B.
Yeah. It's not fair to compare, but like in my mind, I'm still.
You're comparing the New York Yankees of 1927 to the Kenosha Spring. What do they call it? The Kenosha Kingfish of any year. You know, you got Murderers Row compared to a bunch of guys who are volunteer firefighters in their off time. You know, From Dusk Till Dawn is one of those movies, and you know what's even better is the making of video. Is
that Full Tilt Boogie, I think it was called.
It's just as good.
Yeah.
It's just as good.
I've watched it around the time. I haven't seen that in about 20 years either. I'll have to check that out again. I know that was very interesting too.
They were
the
going
behind
through
the scenes.
some union shit on that picture for real.
I think if we're going to talk about the movie again, I think Chris Sarandon really tried to put it together. You know, with his character,
but how
with the over the top.
He wasn't in it as much as he should have been.
Yeah, he was that over top, ministry guy. I thought he did what he could. You know, what they wrote for him. I mean, I thought he really did. I enjoyed it, his performance. You know, everybody else. Angie Everhart, I mean, she's pretty, don't get me wrong, but she just felt very wooden with her delivery.
Well, same thing with Erica Eleniak. She was very.
I think this is one of Angie's first roles, wasn't it?
And one of her last?
No.
Imagine, this is your first big movie.
Because casting directors were like, oh,
Well, no, never mind. She played the video babe in a few like non-speaking roles. This is like her first big role.
This is her speaking role. This is what got her SAG card.
Yeah, and like. I think let's just be honest about it. Like the only reason she became anything was for her looks, not her actual, her work. It wasn't like, oh man, she is so good. We need her in this.
You need her.
She reminds me of a young Kate Winslet in Titanic.
Oh,
by the way, Rose, there was room enough on that fucking door for you and Jack. You stupid whore.
Yeah, there definitely was. But anyways, I guess we'll go around and talk about what we thought about this and give it a rating between 1 and 10. Eric, since you're kind of already like halfway talking about this, man, you might as well just continue it and give us your rating. And
I'll probably pick out the pros and cons. And we talked a lot about the cons.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I really enjoyed. I thought Chris Sarandon's performance, I mean, for what it was, he played that whole part really well. That over-the-top ministry guy, you know? And even he had the whole, I say to you, oh God. He had like that, that over-the-top thing going on. Dennis Miller, I mean, we got into that. I mean, I think his comedy works, I don't know. Definitely not in this. Then that smarmy humor, and some of the deliveries are just very, I don't know, it's very random. Like, it just didn't make much context with the story. The effects weren't terrible. I mean, it's my mind. I'm still, like we're talking about, comparing it to From Dusk Till Dawn, which came out that same year. That's the problem. I saw the two.
You also have to try and compare it to Demon Knight because it's in that same wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So, this is nothing compared to Demon Knight.
Yeah.
No.
Demon Knight. No, it seems like a drop in quality all around,
No Billy Zane.
Billy Zane he's amazing too. I think
Yeah.
Billy Zane, he's another very underrated actor.
And a lot less William Sadler.
A lot less.
A lot.
And no Reginald Val Johnson.
No.
Right. The only thing that is good coming from this one, or I guess like comparing Demon Knight to Bordello of Blood, is a lot less Jada Pickett. Like not having her in it's also a good thing though.
It's a blessing. I'm trying to think what else I liked about. I mean, the pacings, like I said, it feels very disjointed. It's not necessarily boring. It kind of jumps from one thing to another, and I don't know if that's intentional or just like I said, I feel like there's parts missing or they didn't get shot or it wasn't
Right.
I don't know. I mean, it wasn't
like
the worst.
You would like to see the director's cut of this.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't the worst movie I ever saw. I mean, it isn't. It just
No.
I didn't mind the whole funeral, like the whole setup with the funeral parlor. That was kind of cool with the Undertaker guy. I didn't mind him. I get his gimmick,
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's probably some of the goods and bad. Yeah, I mean, we're doing numbers. Are we doing numbers or?
Yeah,
1 to
definitely.
10.
A 5. I'll give a 5 on this one. It's not terrible. It's watchable. It's fair. I'll say 5. I'll go 5 on that.
All right. How about you,
It's
Ron?
I would rather watch a feature-length version of King of the Road.
Oh, that's pretty harsh.
Yeah, that this movie is a 3 for me, and I'm being generous because the bad outweighs the good. I'm giving it a 3 because I know what it takes to make a movie, and there's a lot. I'm sure there were people on set that wanted this to be good. They didn't go into it to make a bad film.
So you're showing pity. This is pity for them.
This is pity for them. This is pity for Chris Sarandon, who always puts 110% in, no matter what kind of bullshit he's given.
Right.
And it's pity for anybody who had to work with Dennis Miller on this picture. It gets a 3. And when it comes to this movie, to quote the Collector from Demon Knight.
I know who the Collector is.
I know you know, but people watching might not know.
I have to rewatch Demon Knight now. I haven't seen that in a long time. I liked it.
It's a good movie.
Humans, you're not worth the flesh you're printed on. So this movie is not worth the celluloid it is printed on.
Fair enough. So before I go ahead and get into my review, just for Joe, if you're still listening, you need to go to the trivia section of IMDb and look at Bordello of Blood, because they really dig into Dennis Miller here, about him taking the van that they stole from the transportation department. Let's see, Dennis Miller would regularly send his on-set assistant to writer-producer A.L. Katz, with the assistant saying Dennis was very tired and wanted to be shot out of all of his scenes for the day so he could leave the set early. Dude is a piece of
fucking diva. He's just a fucking diva, huh?
Right.
You know what I would have done? You know what I would have done? I would have gone now. Okay, did Bob Gale and Bob Zemeckis write this?
Let's see here.
They were producers on it.
Well, as far as writing it, because this is not based off of a
comic.
Yeah, this is not based off of a comic at all. This is actually a story specifically written for film. Same thing with Demon Knight as well.
But Bob Zemeckis was still a producer on this, yes?
He was still a producer.
Okay, so here's what I would have done.
As far as the story is done by Bob Gale and Robert Zemeckis, and the screenplay was done by A.L. Katz and Gilbert Adler.
Okay, so here's what I would have done and Gilbert directed it, right? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. If I was Gilbert, I would have gone up to Bob Zemeckis and I would have said, look, it's either me or Dennis Miller, because we can start over and get somebody who wants to be here, and we can make this movie something that people are going to want to see. Or we could just keep having him, be his little cock sucking self.
Yeah.
And we can get make the movie under budget, because that's all anybody. Or we can make a good movie. That's what I would have done. And if it meant I was out of a job because they wouldn't let me make a good movie, well then fuck them. Wait till somebody asks me why I'm not on the project anymore.
Right.
I'll say I got 2 reasons: Dennis and Miller.
No, it's not wrong.
Bury his ass.
uh, wow. Anyways, as far as me with this one, I'm gonna give it a 5.
Nice.
There was one thing I did not get to mention, and it is something that I actually I'm not sure if anybody else noticed it. I know not everyone's as big as a Tales from the Crypt fan as me, but the scene where we get to see the cemetery there, if anybody notices the name on the cemetery.
Oh,
I didn't catch that. What was the name?
Gaines, William Gaines is, Bill Gaines, creator of Tales from the Crypt, EC Comics.
That's what Easter egg there.
We got little nods like that in this movie, which I think are, it's a pretty cool thing. I like any kind of nod going back to any kind of original source material. Even though the only thing that's sourced from this is the Crypt Keeper, who in the comic book doesn't even look like this at all. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? He's a real person. But overall, this is I'm giving it like I said, like 5. It's not a horrible movie. It's not a great movie.
No.
If you would have got rid of Dennis Miller, put literally anybody in there, specifically Reginald Vell Johnson.
Reginald Vell Johnson. That's my vote. Yep,
yeah, this could have been a 9.
You could have, if you want to reach to SNL. You know who actually wouldn't have been bad? Believe it or not, Adam Sandler, because he proved that he can do more dramatic stuff with some comedic elements. I mean, watch Uncut Gems. Holy fucking
great movie.
shit!
Well, I don't know if he would have been able to do that in the 90s.
No, you're still doing the comedy stuff at that time, right? The mid 90s.
Well,
You're still doing
don't get me wrong. I'm not going to doubt his acting abilities whatsoever, but he tried doing dramatic roles before that failed. It wasn't until that movie.
No, he was great in Punch Drunk Love.
He did Spanglish. Was all right.
Punch Drunk Love was amazing.
You like Punch Drunk Love? Was a good movie. I'd agree. It's a good movie. I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember liking it.
Criterion picked it up, and it's got to be worth something.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Did Shout Factory pick it up?
Oh, for Christ's sake.
No. You know why? Because it wasn't good enough.
Okay, now you're talking about my boy P.T. Anderson. That's not cool.
Anderson's good. P.T. Anderson's amazing.
I'm not saying he's not, but anyways, like I said, this is like a 5 for me. It's not a horrible film. I
agree.
It's what I would expect for a Tales from the Crypt movie that didn't get a huge release, that didn't have a big budget, and I just really wish I would know why Dennis Miller was even cast in this. He really didn't have anything going on at the time. He did nothing.
Yeah,
good.
It's true. It wasn't like he was a big star. I mean, yeah, he was out of Saturday Night Live at that point. Was he done with Saturday Night Live at that point? Was he done?
I believe so.
I mean, he's doing live stand up and shit. That's what he was doing. Did he have like a night? Did he have like an overnight show too, like a nighttime show, a primetime show?
On HBO, he did.
That's what it was.
That
was going on for a while.
Let's see, in 06 or let's see, 96 years.
96.
Let's see, Bordello of Blood. He did Nightstand before that, 95. The John Larroquette show. He did one episode. Larroquette. Like he did a bunch of one-offs. He was done with SNL in 91, so he was already off of that for a while.
Lauren got tired of his ass.
Right. Let's see, his next movie after this that was actually a bigger movie would have probably been Joe Dirt.
He shows up in that? Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah, he was a DJ.
Yeah.
Is that what he was?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Like he doesn't really have, I mean, even going all the way up to like now, like he has a movie in pre-production, Ogilvy Fortune. He plays Termite, whatever that is.
Probably some animated piece of shit.
I don't know. No, it's not. I don't think it is. Pirate movie, so it might be. Chevy Chase is in it.
They're playing to his smite. Him and Chevy Chase are in it.
Yeah.
Remind me to buy copies to burn.
Yeah, Richard Lewis is in it as well.
Richard Lewis.
I like Richard Lewis.
Yeah,
he
I
can
like
be funny.
Lewis too.
Yeah.
He's okay. I don't mind him. No,
I like
the wrong guy. Remember the wrong guys?
Yeah.
Remember the wrong guys? Remember that movie?
I do.
I really, really do like Chevy Chase. Though, like my favorite appearance of him is in the "Call Me Al" video.
Oh Jesus.
Paul Simon. Yeah.
But it's not too bad.
I don't.
Nothing but trouble.
Nothing but Trouble's a great movie.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, it is.
You ever talk about that movie? You talked about that movie yet? We talked about that one?
Yeah,
think
yeah,
I did,
On the
yeah.
show. I have to watch the episode. That's one of those gems, man. It's such an underrated, under-recognized movie. It's insane. It's insane.
Was I on that episode?
It's fucking
I
crazy.
think I was.
I'm not sure. You might have been. Eric, one of your friends is here. Amanda.
I got a minute, but I'm here. Oh shit, I forgot. Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
Okay.
It's a friend of mine. Hello, how are you?
How's that to kills O'Neill's, Eric?
Yeah. Oh, she knows. Yeah, I've been drinking. Yeah, so she knows.
She says Chevy Chase can get it.
What, the electric chair?
Oh,
I'm assuming she's talking about his trumpet playing in Call Me Al, which he really did. I saw it on the video.
Okay, so he blows a horn and in real life.
Ron, would you say Chevy Chase is a good actor though? For his comedy, even his comedy, huh? Like I'm talking late '70s.
Bill Murray should have done us the favor when they got into their fist fight backstage.
I heard about
at
this.
SNL,
Yeah.
And he should have just fucking ended it right there for everybody and just fucking put him in the ground.
Did they get along at all?
No, they never.
They've never have, huh?
No.
Wow.
No.
Bill Murray's great. Bill Murray.
My beef with Chevy Chase
Chevy Pro
is that he's a shitty human being. He's a shitty actor. He's not funny. And him and Dennis Miller can fucking do the whole Thelma and Louise at the end of the movie together.
I 100% agree with you when it comes to Dennis Miller, but I don't know if I can agree with you all the way.
I like some Chevy Chase movies, man.
I do like some Chevy Chase
show,
movies.
Late Night on Fox.
I'm in a talk show.
It hurt me, Amanda. That's who hurt me. Now, if this was about Reginald Vell Johnson, I would be spewing beautiful soliloquies about the man's talent and his nicely trimmed mustache. But no, we're talking about Chevy
fucking Chase.
That is true. he does speak very highly of Reginald Stash.
I do.
Yes, Reginald Johnson's the man. Jesus Christ.
Did you hear his fart in Hot Tub Time Machine though? Iconic.
I've never seen Hot Tub Time Machine. So.
I have. It's actually, considering what it is, not horrible, I guess.
Mean, it must not have been that great if John Cusack didn't come back for the paycheck in part 2. Because, I mean, I saw the poster and he wasn't on it.
Well, maybe.
I think I liked it. I think Hot Tub Machine was good.
Someone to pass up a fucking paycheck.
You know,
John Cusack. She's talking shit about John Cusack now.
No. To be fair, the man is a talented actor. He's a very talented actor. But there was, when he was at Chicago Comic-Con, he was a real fucking dick to people.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah, but that I don't know if he was just having a bad day. It was that was an isolated incident. He doesn't have a long-term running.
Chevy Chase was really good in Funny Farm.
Funny Farms. That's another movie. It's funny, dude.
I like that movie.
It is the dog that sits by the fire gets burned. There's a bunch of funny. It's a bunch of funny scenes in that movie. Little things. It's funny. Then they get the mailman, and it's a funny movie. Another underrated movie.
Spies Like Us, Three Amigos. I mean,
Three Amigos.
I thought that movie was so funny when I was like 15, and then I watched it again recently, and I'm like, for Christ's sake.
I haven't watched it recently.
And I was just like, this is... Now, I haven't seen it yet, but I have on good authority that Murders in the Apartment
Steve Martin.
With Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Does that go for all of us? Because I'll hold you up to that, Amanda.
I like $100, yeah.
I will definitely.
I will do it too for $100.
I know her personally, so I'll vouch for her. She's okay.
Will she really pay?
We'll work out something.
Her personally, right? Let's see who you vouch for it. Because I guarantee Ron can make himself not laugh.
For $100, I'd do a lot of shit.
Oh God!
Oh jeez Christ!
The last time I offered him 20, man, you should have seen what happened.
You know, for $100,
go skiing. Go skiing.
For $100, I would go to JB's Bordello cemetery place he was talking about earlier, and try the clientele.
Whoa!
$100 to get you 3 chicks.
Yep.
Easy. Buy 2 get 1. Is that what it was?
Buy 3 get 1.
Ooh, that's
I have a Groupon.
I bet you have a Groupon over there.
Okay, I want to know. Now I got to know, what's your horror movie issue?
Ooh.
Whoa.
Hopefully it doesn't have anything to do with Tales from the Crypt.
Because then JB's going to lose his shit.
Right.
Oh.
I might be a little bit of a fan.
And if he goes after Joe Bob or Friday the 13th, then it's over.
Oh, whatever.
I'll walk off the show.
I don't know. Is Joe Bob really that great?
Yes. You shut your whore mouth.
I'm just kidding.
Shut your whore mouth.
Anyway.
and I'm a professional, and I'm here even though the Halloween hoedown is on right now, and I missed the interview with David Gordon Green.
Well, he's not the good part of Halloween movies anyway.
David Gordon Green?
No.
He just made the highest grossing horror film in the last whatever.
Well, let's just be honest. The only reason it did good is because Danny McBride was helping him.
He just co-wrote the script.
Good enough for me. Danny McBride's a fucking beast. I'm in.
Okay, what is it? I'm very, very curious.
It was probably Pinocchio's Revenge.
Is it Pinocchio's Revenge?
It was probably Pinocchio's Revenge. I'm going to go ahead and just say it was for her. It was Pinocchio's Revenge.
What year did that? What year did that come out? Is that a thing?
Pinocchio's Revenge? Oh, that's a thing. That is a thing.
Check that out. Wait, was that an 80s? Is that an 80s movie or?
I think 90s.
Let me see.
I think it's 1996.
1996.
Yeah.
Look it up right now.
That movie
no shit.
Me up when I was a kid.
Okay, what's the movie?
Pinocchio's Revenge.
No, she's.
She should get back. She's
really drawing it out here.
It's the hype. Oh,
I'm
God.
pretty sure she's gonna come back and message.
I'm purposely not watching Squid Game because it's gotten so hyped up. So if I don't get an answer here soon,
what's going on with Squid Game? I've heard about
Hellraiser. Oh God,
that's not even that. How was
that's
that?
Not even that bad at all.
Scary.
Actually, I still got that on VHS.
He opened the box and you came. I mean, wait, no, scratch that, reverse it.
We've all been there.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Oh, Hellraiser is a great one. That's one of those that we're definitely going to have to eventually get to on the show. That's for sure.
The original, right? What year was that? 87, 88, something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It still scares the hell out of you?
That's a scary fucking movie.
Well, it's creepy.
It's okay. Yeah.
No,
you know,
I have to rewatch it again.
I remember my mom and her boyfriend at the time were like, "We can't let you watch Hellraiser. It's just too bad." And then I snuck out and I watched it, and I was just like, "What? Yeah. There's some chains, and the guy's skin's growing back after he kills people. What's so scary?"
I think there's certain things about that movie that, like growing up, like I knew a lot of people who liked it and everything, but I think if they really would have knew some of the stuff behind it, that they would not have given a fuck about it at the time.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, what Barker was really about.
The story about Hellraiser, and I hate to constantly bring him up, but watch the last drive-in marathon. Joe Bob showed Hellraiser, and he went deep into it about how Clive Barker is like into S&M and BDSM and all this stuff, and that's all where Hellraiser. And he would go hang out in like the weird clubs in LA, where Eric dresses in pleather and has people call him daddy.
And chaps too.
Yeah. And so,
he pulls it off though.
It's all but it's all from like Clive Barker's life almost. It's like taken up to a whole new level, which is weird. But if you don't like that, don't play Pinhead in Dead by Daylight because he's running around saying, "You opened the box and I came." It's like, yeah, you did. What he was, he still is. He didn't stop being just because he's old and sick doesn't mean he's not into dudes and into S&M still.
Oh no, that's 100% what he's into.
Yeah.
Anyways, before we get out of here, unfortunately, I'm still waiting on Chuck to get back to me, guys, to figure out what our movie is going to be for next week. Okay. But we have our movie picked for in 2 weeks. Our friend Joe from Any Last Words is going to be joining us.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
And we are going to be talking about one of Ron and I's favorite Halloween movies, Halloween 3.
Now, she's never seen it, right?
I'm not sure. We're going to have to talk to her about it. You have to tune in and find out.
Yeah, because if I remember correctly, somebody was singing the Halloween 3 song at her.
Was it
and
me?
I
think it was me.
Yeah, and it kind of went over her head.
It was probably
What the fuck
me.
is this?
I tend to. That's one of my favorite, like, I guess, jingles, if you will.
Mm-hmm. You know what I love is how Eric is so Hollywood now. He's drinking a tiny can of Pepsi.
Did you see this? The little dainty Pepsi Zero.
I thought his hand was just that big.
Like that. See.
Oh wow.
Dainty guy. Why I gotta do some? Why I gotta have a little beverage before I go to was it from Russell Dawn tonight? I'll probably have a couple beverages before that. So I'm kind of pacing myself a little bit.
We're definitely jealous of that. And by the way, Amanda, we're gonna be wrapping this up here in a second. But you need to add Ron and I on Facebook and tell us a little bit about that and everything. We're always into checking out some other horror films.
And I'm all about shitting on Chevy Chase more for you.
Right. We're sure Eric could direct you in the right way to get a hold of him.
Absolutely, I can definitely direct you in the right direction.
Oh yeah. So, anyways, man.
Roll sound.
Eric, thank you so much for coming on tonight, man. It's always such a fucking pleasure to have you.
Yeah, anytime you want me to come on, please just give me a yell, give me a heads up. I'll definitely jump in.
All right, another 6 months from now. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, whatever, man. I'm around. Let me know. Friday,
I'll make sure the next one's something super fucking weird.
Yeah, because I have Fridays off. I don't do my overnight job generally, so Fridays are the best nights for me to do this stuff. Yeah,
I wish I had it off. I have to work Fridays and Saturdays in the morning.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know. It is what it is, though. But, dude, thank you again so much, man. Where can everybody find you before we go ahead and drop you below?
Oh, God, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram. Instagram is One for the Road Official, RHODE. I can put in the comment section. Facebook, you always find me on Facebook. I take friends. I'm a friendly guy. Just come on. Like me, or,
he takes friends and then he turns them into vampires.
That's right. I'm very I can find. Look up IMDb. Look up Erik Anthony Russo. You'll find me there. I'm very approachable. I'm an approachable guy.
He's a very approachable priest.
And I wear chaps. That's all. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Erik Russo rules.
I'm a scumbag. Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, man. So I'm going to go ahead and drop you below, dude. Thank you again, man.
See you later, man. Thanks, guys. See you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. So another one down, buddy.
Another one bites the dust.
Another one. No, he's still around. He's not dead. But
not yet.
But anyways, man,
he might not survive the New Beverly. This is LA.
I don't know. I'm kind of jealous, though. He does get to go watch.
I just want to go to the New Beverly.
You would.
I'm one of those fucking weirdos that I want to see True Romance on the big screen at the New Beverly.
I don't want to see True Romance again.
Why?
I just don't care for it. This is personal preference.
I downloaded the fucking shooting script online. That's how much I love that movie.
I believe you. I 100% believe you. But anyways, man, do you have anything to add before we get the fuck out of here for the night?
No, I'm kind of in limbo waiting for my editor to get back to work on okay, well, good luck getting the money to hire him for anything. But no, we're just waiting.
It's just gonna be a guy that looks like Chevy Chase haunting you.
That's fine, whatever. If he wants to come to Wisconsin, remember, Wisconsin, we eat people. But no, we're just waiting for my editor to get back to get so we can get things going in posts on Becoming Undead 3, and I'm in pre-production already on another film. It's a remake of one of my older movies, but we're kind of taking it super slow. Probably going to shoot it either the very end of the year or beginning of next year. So
very cool, man. I'm very excited for you on that, dude, for sure.
Oh, I try. What about you, sir?
Oh God, I just got regular work to do all the fucking time. Work, and watching scary movies.
I haven't watched many scary movies this year or this October. I think it's because people like you and I watch them all the time. So when people are like, "You got to watch it, it's October," it's like, where were you last Thursday when I was watching Jason Goes to Hell? You know.
Right. No, dude, you're talking to somebody who's 5-year-old is obsessed with fucking Kane Hodder and Jason. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my life is all horror.
The editors are angels. They save pictures in post. I'm just waiting for him to get back. He's on his honeymoon for his second wedding to the same. It's a long story.
Yeah, it sounds like it. But anyways, thanks everyone for listening in. We will see you next time. And the crypt is closed.
Thanks for listening, kiddies. You're all a scream.